Are we going? Are we going? Okay.
There are a few bands out there that divide an audience so much, but Red Hot Chili Peppers do exactly that.
Wait a second here.
Maybe from the fact that Anthony loves to sing about California so much.
California.
Love them or hate them, there's no denying their huge impact and success they've had over the years. Releasing 3 of their best albums with songs like Under the Bridge, Scar Tissue, and of course Californication. And my personal favourite album, By the Way, with massive songs like the Zephyr song, By the Way, and Can't Stop. Red Hot Chili Peppers had proved themselves to be one of the biggest alternative rock bands of the 90s and the turn of the millennium. John Frusciante is hailed as a key part in this, and it's easy to see why with these amazing albums they released with him in the band. It wouldn't be until 2002 when Red Hot Chili Peppers would go into the studio to record their 8th studio album with producer Rick Rubin and produce one of their biggest songs of all time. Today we're going to look at the cult classic Can't Stop.
Can't stop, addicted to the shindig.
What makes this song so good, memorable, and loved by so many people all over the world, from its funk-inspired main guitar riff,
And funk can be a very sneaky thing.
Flea's classic slap bass playing, Anthony's questionable lyrics,
That's an Anthony Kiedis lyric.
and Chad's amazing drumming. Let's dive right into it. The song opens with a classic tension building ensemble, drums and bass leading the way, drawing in and building in intensity, with John Frusciante laying down a simple 2-note riff before exploding into one of the Red Hot Chili Peppers' most famous guitar riffs. From a production standpoint, this album is quite divisive. The drums have been recorded in a very simple way. They're practically mono on these early albums, but that also gives space at the edge of the soundscape for John's guitar parts. Chad is of course laying down his signature drum parts, which are just undeniably perfect for their sound. He's usually using a Pearl reference drum kit and Sabian cymbals.
Whoa, it's killer. It's a little small, dude, but it'll do.
With his heavy use of ghost notes on the snare drum, you just can't get away from his signature sound. If we look at the bass parts, Flea is putting down some funk slap bass inspired playing in the main verses, and a more melodic bass line in the chorus. Perfectly complementing John's guitar parts, similar but not quite the same. Flea was using a signature modular bass around this time, and of course his famous Galley and Kruger amps. Now if we look at the star of the show, John's amazing guitar tones on this song.
I'm John Frusciante!
He seems to really like to play this live on a Telecaster for some reason, but to me, in the studio, it really sounds like the bridge pickup on a Strat, most notably one of his vintage examples that he uses all the time. Amp-wise, you can definitely hear that this is one of his plexi amps, turned up to just break up a tiny bit and really react to his playing. When we get to the break part with the guitar stabs, we hear the guitar tone change for the first time. A heavily modulated chorus / vibrato comes into the picture, watery and an amazing way to build up into the solo. John was most likely using a CE1 for this, with heavy depth throughout. When we get to the solo, John's intensity is at its peak in this song. A super bright, fuzzed out guitar tone comes screaming into the picture, demanding your attention. To me, it sounds like a big muff, but could also be a Fuzzrite pedal that he liked to use around this time. Now, Red Hot Chili Peppers just wouldn't be Red Hot Chili Peppers without Anthony Kiedis' vocals.
Talk to me, Dad.
In this song, they're actually somewhat distorted, but I think that's due to the loudness score, or incredibly bad production from Rick Rubin.
Can't stop, addicted to the shindig. Chop top, it says I'm gonna win big.
At the same time though, it fits the song perfectly. Rick Rubin says he really likes to use a Shure SM7B to record Anthony's voice, which is an unusual choice but gives him his distinct sound. Throw in some questionable lyrics and you've got everything you need.
That's for any answers. Come back strong with 50 belly dancers.
That's an Anthony Kiedis lyric.
Can't Stop is still one of Red Hot Chili Peppers' most famous and distinct songs, with however many streams and sales across the world. You'd be very hard pressed to find someone who doesn't know that incredible funk-inspired guitar riff, and whether you love or hate them, there's no denying their massive impact on music worldwide. What song would you like me to look at next? Let me know down in the comments and I'll see you next time.
It's a poorly crafted instrument. It's like bad wood, it's bad shape, the frets are bad, the tuning pegs are bad, the headstock's bad, the nuts bad, the knobs are bad, the electronics are bad, the pickups are bad, the shape is ugly, it's not functional, it's just stupid.
Yeah, they say, workman should never blame his tools.
Yeah, maybe I should come over there and beat the out of you. Come up your What do you think about that?
To life of imitation, distant us into the reservation.